Ka resolution ban dawa thong yak inquiry commission ban pet yak rukom traikam ka scheme jal jiven mission hapo ka jala Meghalaya ka balayo ekalat ban don ka jin simbenta hapo ka ying dorbar thau an ha ka ski basan jong ying dorbar mangtingka yak balawan ra daw MLA ka umsning ubana ka seng congress u Dr. Celestine Lingdo ka Khlem la ban yo ek jingkershan na ka yeng bat ka lasha remno lingba ka voice vote na ka daw jong ka jingdu na breu Henry haba yo ekalat ban wan ra ekene resolution u Dr. Celestine ulapan sngawi ka jing syam ka bawla syam da ka bawla ong baki don bon ki jing duna namar ka ka ba ka sarkar ka pan paw ka jing tho ka ya pher bat ka kam ka ba pan trai namar ka poi hadu uput baki kontraktor ki yo ka bil Khlem da pandap ya ka kam bat ban yo baki don ru ki ba leit pan tiet ya ka jing khang jong ka office u loka yukta ya ka ba kala don ru ka khubor ba ka tai ka office kan pha to ket ban lap ya ki jing shisha Nalor kata u Dr. Celestine ulakren banya ya ka ka bau syam kumunong mikmat haringkat ban ai da ki babon ki nuksa ki bala paw hakilat pathai kubor bola boru ka jingkli ka sarkar hartu dei tang ka loka yukta ka ban penbet ki jingduna ka JJM Badak baben rap uloong ngam Kwah tang ban sukenno henrei ki paw hanga ya ka banga yo ya ki kam henrei ngam yo ya ka Ban kersa ni kani jingkran bat jingpen ngau jong Dr. Celestine hapo ka dorbar bat ka resolution ka bawlawan ra lala ban sakhi ka jing benta na kalyang unong yalam kalyang persa ubat Ronnie V Lingdo.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, the subject and topic of JJM has been discussed time and again, and I believe all the honorable members in this August House will be able to feel different experiences in relation to their respective constituencies. And when I say experiences, I mean some of the experiences are unpleasant when it comes to the standard of implementation of the Jal Jeevan mission. Why I say that is because there is a lot of disparity and gaps between the government records and what we see in the ground reality. Even in my own constituency, when I see that it is not properly completed, whereas the contractors receive the complete bill, that pains me a lot. On this very same topic, the MLA from North Shillong 2 days ago brought a short duration discussion that is on the 20th of this month. And that short duration discussion was, quote, actual physical status of JJM in the state vis-a-vis progress declared by the government and which is recorded in the JJM online web portal, unquote. So JJM scheme in the state of Meghalaya runs into, if not thousands, I know it will be hundreds of crores of rupees. And as legislators who represent people, we expect that the implementation of JJM should be at least, if not 100%, up to the mark it should be. Now many villages in different places, the degree of their frustration is increasing day by day. Why I say that? That anger is clearly shown, sir, by some NGOs going to the Lok Ayukta court in the state. I will quote an example. On the 4th of February 2024, the Shillong Times ran one headline. The headline reads, quote, Lok Ayukta orders investigation into Neki Kona JJM scheme, unquote. That was the headline in the Shillong Times. Now, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, should all the villages go through the Alok Ayukta to get redressal to their grievances? I feel that is not the way. Every village do not have the privilege to have a lawyer amongst their group. The Neki Kona JJM scheme that went to the Lok Ayukta were lucky to have a lawyer amongst their group. That group is called the Garo Hills Youth Organization. So they went ahead. My question to this August House through you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, is the Lok Ayukta the only way to rectify the lapses in the JJM scheme. If that is the case, this August House is doing a disservice to the people if it cannot rectify the defects in the JJM scheme. And the JJM scheme is sanctioned on behalf of the people. I feel it is the duty of this House to set up mechanism to check how really the implementation is done. Sir, while bringing this resolution in the House, it is clear in my mind also, it's not that I just blame the implementing agency, that is the PHE department. It is clear in my mind that there is work done. In my constituency and in many other constituencies, work is done, or it is seen as done. But Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, the most important part of implementing JJM is water in the pipes, which is missing. So that is why the objectives, when JJM was declared, I went through that mission document of the scheme, the mission and the objectives, and one of the catchy abbreviation that I found in the scheme is the FHTC, Functional Household Tap Connection. Functional means when we open the tap, there should be water trickling down to our buckets or mugs. That is missing. And there are many instances, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, where villages, I don't know whether it is there in the guidelines within the department, there are many interior villages where pipes were connected and used with plastic pipes. And the sad part is, those plastic pipes were left overground. And in the villages, when there is a jungle fire, the fire runs non-stop. And when it gets plastic pipes to run through, it burns much more. Then what happens to the water supply? There's no more water. And another catchy word under the JJM scheme is sustainability. Now, if you fit a plastic pipe that burns, where is that sustainability factor within the JJM? I would like also, sir, to stress through you, all the members, be it in the ruling or the opposition side, when it comes to inspection or assessment of the progress of the work under JJM, most of us would like to be part of the team that inspect. But sad to say, if you read the Highland Post, it is an e-paper, Highland Post of 6 November 2023, it runs one headline like this, quote, "Government accused of sidelining Maulai MLA from JJM review," unquote. The question is why? Are they afraid that the particular MLA will demand that it has to be done properly? Are they afraid that the scheme should be 100% implemented with taps in the water? Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, November was the turn of MLA from Maulai to be sidelined. Tomorrow it could be my turn. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow it could be somebody else's. So this, I feel, should not be done. In the MGNRGA, or Manrega that we call in short, there is a mechanism put in place, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, to assess the quality of work, and that is called the social audit mechanism. What is the harm? Now, according to my resolution here, JJM being such a big flagship program of the central government, where crores and crores of money is being pumped into our state, with its scale of funding, it deserves nothing short of an independent inquiry, sir. This is what I demand, and I believe all members of this House will agree to this. Unless we have an independent inquiry commission, we will not be able to know the exact ground realities of the implementation of JJM in different parts of the state. Where I stay, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I can 100% say that there are pipes and taps in the village where I stay, but there is no water. That is also JJM. I can name so many villages where there is total failure. So through you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to ask this House certain pertinent questions. Number one, should this House turn a blind eye to the disgraceful implementation of JJM scheme? Should we turn a blind eye? Number two that I want to ask question here is, are we not elected to this August House to respond to the aspirations of the people? Through you, Deputy Speaker, sir, the point or the question number three that I want to ask this August House is it not the duty of each and every member of this House to ensure that the schemes are fully implemented as per objectives of the scheme? Are those not pertinent questions, sir? JJM in Meghalaya, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, will be accepted as satisfactorily implemented only under one condition. And that condition is if we add a prefix before FHTC. And that prefix should be N. I will tell you why. The report of completion of JJM should read like this. FHTC component of JJM is fully implemented in Meghalaya as NFHTC has been satisfactorily done and completed 100%. What is N? N is non-functional household tap connection. If they add that N, we will agree that it is nicely implemented. But if that is not agreeable, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to request through you, in view of all the points that I have mentioned, it is very important and the need of the hour to constitute an independent inquiry commission to review or to study the implement of JJM mission in Meghalaya.
Habajubab ka jing dawa jong MLA ka umsning nakalyang Menteri Sarkar beri kmi ka tanat PHE Marquis and Marak ula ay ka jubab ka bajrong bat ka belane palat 100% minit bat ban ong maka jing dawa ya ka inquiry commission kamlong ka badon kam namar nadu balas dang ya ka JJM ki babon kila yo jing mentoy baka telong kan poi hadu ki yeng ki sam haga juk ka por ula pensai ru ya ki jing keno ki bala kedau Dr. Celestine.
Sir, it goes like this. Accessibility to safe water in adequate quantity and quality with good sanitation practice is the foundation of good public health and consequently leads to a better standard of living as people can concentrate on more economically productive activities instead of wasting time and energy in carrying out to their homes. In this backdrop, Jal Jeevan Mission was launched by the Government of India in partnership with the states, which aims at providing functional household tap connections, FHTC, to every rural household by 2024. PHE department is earnestly implementing this highly ambitious program for time-bound completion of JJM. Under JJM, the priority was accorded to those villages where there are fewer of water supply insufficient to meet the prescribed minimum quantity of 55 LPCD or more for taking up retrofitting works, that is converting public stand posts to functional household tap connections. Next priority was accorded to those villages where pipe water supply scheme exists, but level of supply is inadequate to provide 55 LPCD of water by taking up augmentation. The last category were the villages where no pipe water supply schemes have been taken up earlier and require new pipe water supply schemes for providing FHTCs. For implementation of rural supply schemes, Department follows the guideline issued by the Government of India, Ministry of Jal Shakti, and other instructions issued by the Ministry from time to time. The implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission in the Meghalaya transcends mere infrastructure development by not only providing FHTCs to all the rural households in the state, schools and Anganwadi centers, but also about ensuring the assets created under JJM is sustained. There are 6,470 villages in the state with a total of 6,51,412 number of households targeted for providing functional household tap connections. The department has achieved significant milestones by providing functional household tap connections to 100% household in 3,156 number of villages, out of which 2,012 number of villages has been reported as Har Ghar Jal. Sir, this Har Ghar Jal is certified by the BWSCs. They have a meeting in the village, and only when the villagers are satisfied, this is given. In addition to these 4,84,927 functional household tap connections that have been provided up to 18/2/2024, 9,422 schools and 3,625 Anganwadi centers have also been provided with water supply. Funding pattern under JJM for the northeastern states like Meghalaya is 90:10, where 90% of the cost of the project schemes is borne by the center and 10% is borne by the state. In addition, the beneficiaries are required to contribute 5% of the in-village infrastructure cost in cash/kind/labor. The state plan outlay under rural water supply sector is being utilized for meeting the state share of JJM. Meghalaya's rugged terrain, coupled with high number of scattered households across the villages, increases the cost and complexity of implementing water supply schemes. Prolonged monsoon months limit the working season, further constraining project timelines and increasing implementation cost. E. Technical and operational constraints. Challenges such as availability of cost materials like GI pipes, choice between gravity fed and pumping schemes, and equitable distribution of water supply pose technical and operational hurdles in implementing JJM effectively. F. Capacity building and maintenance. The scale of JJM implementation in Meghalaya highlights capacity gaps in local communities' ability to take over the operation and maintenance of water supply infrastructure. The availability of trained manpower for operation and maintenance remains a challenge, jeopardizing the sustainability of implemented schemes. Addressing these challenges requires a multifaceted approach involving community engagement, innovative technological solutions, policy reforms, capacity building initiatives. Collaborative efforts between government agencies, local communities, civil society organizations, and stakeholders are essential to overcome these obstacles and ensures the successful implementation of JJM in Meghalaya, thereby improving access to safe and sustainable water supply for rural households. Sir, the implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission in rural areas of Meghalaya stands as a remarkable achievement. Early, in the beginning it was 4,550. Now we are 4,80,000 plus. Transforming a landscape of water accessibility significantly involving the lives of rural communities. Despite the challenges such as the COVID-19 pandemic and difficult terrain of the state, public health engineering department's meticulous planning and concerted efforts have resulted in substantial progress. Since the inception of JJM in 2019, the coverage of functional household tap connections has surged from a mere, that is 0.7% to an impressive 74.60%, providing access to safe and reliable drinking water to 485,927 rural households. Additionally, water supply has been extended to schools, Anganwadi centers, further enhancing community well-being and reducing the burden on women and children. The transition from public stand post to household tap. Sir, initially when this Jal Jeevan one was started, we were having only public stand post in every villages, which signifies a transition from public stand post to household tap signifies a monumental leap towards ensuring universal access to safe drinking water, significantly alleviating the drudgery faced by the rural inhabitants, especially women and children. This transformative not only improves health outcomes, but also, sir, I'm finishing, only one para. Not only improves health outcomes, but also frees up valuable time for productive activities, contributing to the socio-economic development of rural communities. Therefore, it is imperative to recognize the remarkable strides made by the state in implementing JJM and focus on sustaining and further enhancing these achievements through continued support by all stakeholders. In light of these substantial achievements and significant contribution of JJM to the social and economic well-being of rural Meghalaya, the proposition of constituting an inquiry commission appears unwarranted and unnecessary. With a coverage of rate 74.60%, Meghalaya has made commendable progress towards achieving the mission's overreaching goal of universal access to safe and reliable water supply schemes. Sir, Honorable Mover of the resolution, Dr. Celestine Lingdo, Honorable Member from Umsling, has mentioned about few points which I want to highlight. He talked about the Neki Kona scheme. Sir, this Neki Kona scheme was delayed in implementation because in acquiring the necessary plot of land, there was a difficulty in that. That issue got prolonged, and then the procurement of the land was done only few months back, which is why the implementation took some time. Now the project is in full swing. As Honorable Member was mentioning about using of plastic pipes. Sir, these plastic pipes are not normal plastic pipes. These plastic pipes, we call it UPBC, which is approved by the government of Meghalaya, technically approved. So therefore, these pipes are being used, UPBCs. Sir, with regard to Maulai review, which Honorable Member has talked about, it was not a review. Sir, Maulai project was getting delayed because the certain reservoirs were not able to construct for want of land clearance from headmans and other landowners. So Honorable MDC, he came forward to me and offered this help. So that is why I took a help from the Honorable MDC. Honorable MLA, I would have loved to take the help from Honorable MLA also, but since MDC has come forward and given this help, so I have no other option but to take forward this help, which is why the project is now ongoing. So I don't have any intention to neglect MLAs or to any other member. So in sincere implementation of this Jal Jeevan mission, sir, need to complete in time-bound manner. So we have to take people who are coming forward and trying to help us in implementation. So only with these few points, sir, I would request Honorable Member, I tried my level best to address the concerns of Honorable Member. So with these few words, I request Honorable Member to withdraw the resolution. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sir.
Very exhaustive reply. So, may I know the movement of the resolution, whether she would like to withdraw or not?
He has given all the statistics, sir. It shows his sincerity in implementing the scheme. The number of blocks, number of villages, population. The only component missing from the data and statistics of the Honorable Minister, sir, is the quantum of water being supplied. He has given his replies numerous times, but we've missed the amount of water that is being supplied. So if that can be given, then it will ensure that the scheme has been successful. He has shown number of household taps that have been connected, number of districts covered, blocks, villages, hamlets. But sir, he has not mentioned the amount of water that is being supplied. Sir, that is the most crucial component of all this scheme. If we have only taps and pipes and the coverage, but then without the water, he's talked about quality of tests being done on the water, but he's not mentioned on the test of the quantity of water being supplied, sir. So that's why, sir, we've requested that if this scheme can be extended, can be reviewed to ensure that the quantum of water that is required to be supplied is supplied, sir. Otherwise, like we said, so this is the, sir, this is the, what I would request the Honorable Minister. I know he's sincere, sir. He took more than 1 hour. He must have taken due diligence. But the only component missing is the quantity, the amount of water that is supplied. That is not mentioned anywhere in his reply, sir. So with these few words, sir, that's why I would request the government, if somehow we miss the deadline, I mean, we cannot, this has to be reviewed, sir. Otherwise, like I said, investment will have been a huge wastage of investments.
Sir, I have, in my reply, I have already mentioned about the quantum of water that will be given to the public. That is 55 LPCD is our target. But unfortunately, because of, we all are aware, because of that drying up of all the sources, it is very difficult in this lean season. But however, since the Honorable Chief Minister has already announced in the August House about the protection of catchment areas, so our target is to give 55 LPCD to all the individuals.
Habau sembut lampang ulapan ni kasur jong Dr. Celestine bla Weng ni em ka resolution UMA ko sneng ula jubab da ka baong ba Weng ka resolution namar lada Weng kan long kumbau la yat persa ka jingkwa jong baka ka de bandon hakikor Haswa kata ula ongru ba tep ban syaram ya kani resolution reha ka sensyar pat ba ai kin bu makihi ya ka mensim bat kan don ka jingkhoj ha ka rukom pentrai kam ya ka JJM ka bari bandon ya ka
So may I know the minds of the movement of the resolution, whether she would like to withdraw after hearing the reply from the Honorable Minister in charge?
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to express my gratitude for the exhaustive reply given by the Honorable Minister, and I would like to thank him profusely for that. A little clarification, Neki Kona water supply scheme in the portal, it is already shown as functional tap connection. That is why those people went to the court before it is completed. Number 2, as per the report given by the Minister, overall in the state we have 74.60% of coverage of the JJM, and there is a third-party monitoring entity, that is the TPIAS. I don't know if the Minister could share how do we contact that third party so that we can also share our views with them. Having said that, sir, we have a beautiful democracy. I know my resolution will not pass the test of the floor. Voice vote, it will be defeated, but that is in the spirit of democracy. Let them keep the spirit, but let me keep the soul, sir. The soul is, we want a free, fair, unbiased investigation on the implementation of the JJM in Meghalaya. That is one. Number 2, All that I'm asking is water in the taps for the people. How it is tested, whether it is potable or not, that is the duty of the department, but we ask water in the taps. So in view of this, with due respect to everyone, I will be defeated in the voice vote, but I will not withdraw my motion. Because if I withdraw, I run away from my responsibility to speak and demand for water in the taps for the public. Thank you, sir.